Hi everybody, this is Miss Smith here. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about figurative language. So you should have already done iStation and make sure that you finished your iStation test for November. We are going to go on and this is a quizzes. When you click on the link here, it will take you to a quizzes. You just press start and this is just kind of going over and reviewing figurative language. Then watch this video on your own as well. It's got our boy David talking about the different kinds of figurative language and the author's purpose of including the figurative language, what it would mean. So just to review, what is figurative language? Figurative language is what authors use to express ideas in vivid or creative ways. Figurative language usually is meant to create an image in your mind as you're reading. Figurative language is not meant to be taken literally, okay? Figurative is the opposite meaning of literal, okay? So literal, by the way, means exactly what you mean, okay? Figurative means something different. So for an example, literally, the backpack is very heavy, okay? That is a literal sentence, and you are meaning exactly what you say. The backpack is very heavy. Figurative sentences, right here, is the backpack weighs a ton. Okay, now if you guys don't know, the literal meaning of a ton is 10,000 pounds. So the backpack obviously doesn't weigh 10,000 pounds. So the person, the author, when they're using this figurative language, they're basically just trying to say that the backpack is very heavy. Okay, but they say it in a figurative way. Again, this is basically to kind of put a picture in your mind and show you that they think the backpack is really heavy. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is talk about the author's purpose of figurative language. So not only do you need to be able to identify the type of figurative language being used, you also have to be able to explain why the author includes it in the text. So when they're saying the backpack weighs a ton, right here, the author's purpose of the figurative language is to illustrate that the backpack is very heavy, okay? That's the author's purpose of the figurative language. On this slide, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all match the figurative language with a sentence. So like on this sentence, for example, it says, I am so hungry, I can eat a horse. So you need to match, do you think that it is a hyperbole, which is an extreme exaggeration that cannot be true? A simile, which is comparing two things. Sorry, the author compares two unlike things using the words like or as in the figurative language. A metaphor is when the author compares two unlike things using the words is or are, not like or as. And then personification is when the author gives non-living things human traits, okay? So you are going to match these sentences to whatever type of figurative language you think they are, okay? Then this slide right here is really what I wanted to show y'all. So when you click on this word practice, it asks you to make a copy. So you're going to do that. And it'll take a few moments. And then you're going to write your name here in the box, okay? So I'll write my name. And then just press OK if this little notice comes up, okay? And then right here it says that this is figurative language practice. So figurative language is language that is used imaginatively rather than literally. Figurative language includes one or more figures of speech or literary devices that make unexpected comparisons or change the usual meaning of words. Some types of figures of speech include the following: a simile, which is a comparison of two unlike things using like, as, then, or resembles. A metaphor is when it's a comparison of one thing as if it were another and it doesn't use these words. Personification is giving human traits to non-human things. Okay, so I'm going to help you with some of part A and part B, and then I want to see if you can do this these part A and B's on your own, okay? So part A says read each of the following sentences. If the sentence uses any figurative language, write F on the line. If the sentence uses only literal language, write L on the line, okay? So let's look at number 1. It says Jack's hair and beard are bright blonde, okay? When I look at that, there is no type of figurative language being used, okay? The author's just using, this is a literal sentence, right? Jack's hair can literally be bright blonde, okay? So I'm going to put an L because there's no figurative language. This is literal, okay? Let's look at number 2. When he heard the scream, claws of fear tore at his scalp. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is figurative language, okay? This is an extreme exaggeration. There's not actually claws of fear tearing at his head. He's just saying that he's extremely scared, okay? You're going to do 3, 4, 5, and 6 on your own. You need to tell me if you think it is literal or a figurative line, okay? Then part B, it says each of the following sentences uses a figurative comparison. Read the sentence and then circle the letter of two things being compared. So let's look at number 1. The skin on the farmer's face was as wrinkled, weathered, and worn as the leather on a horse's harness. Okay? So we're looking at what two things are being compared in this line. So A says the farmer and his face. Okay? I don't think the farmer and his face is being compared here. Let's see. The farmer's face. So we have the farmer to leather. Okay, maybe, but really it's talking about his face was as wrinkled, weathered, and worn as the leather on a horse's harness. And then you have C, skin to leather. Well, his face, if it's wrinkled, weathered, and worn, it's talking about his skin being like leather. Okay, so C is the correct answer. I'm just gonna, to show whatever answer you pick, you can go up here to this little tool and then highlight your answer. Okay, so we have C. You're gonna do number 2 on your own for part B. And then y'all are gonna do the same thing. Part A asks you to do the same thing as I just showed you up here, okay, on this page. And then part B asks, each of the following sentences has a figurative comparison. Underline the two things being compared. Then, on the blank, write a point of similarity between the two. Okay, so let's do this one, number 1 together. It says, the snow and ice storm made the city look as if it were part of the Ice Age. Okay, so I'm going to say right here, the city is being compared to the Ice Age. Okay, so then it says once we've I'm sorry, it said to underline. Let me underline. Boop. Okay, and then it says, then on the blank, write a point of similarity between the two. So I'm just going to write, the city is being compared to the Ice Age because it is very cold and snowy in the city. Okay. By the way, if two things are being compared using the word as, I also know that this is a simile. Okay, you're going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5 on your own, and then you are finished with the figurative language practice. Good luck, everybody.